Glad to have you with us here on this edition of the Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here, and we are going to run through the entire Kansas City Chiefs schedule for 2024. I'll give you my official record prediction for the Chiefs this season as they look to defend a Super Bowl title once again. Before we run through the Chiefs schedule, I need your help. If you want the Chiefs to repeat as Super Bowl champions again, I need you to like today's video. I've been told that if you like today's video, that'll help the Chiefs' chances just a little bit. We want all the help we can get. Don't jinx it. Just believe me on this one, folks. Like the video, do your part to get that repeat, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's begin rolling through the schedule of games before we give our official predictions here. It starts with the opening night when the Chiefs will raise the banner to celebrate another Super Bowl title, taking on the Baltimore Ravens in a rematch of the AFC Championship game from a season ago. Lamar Jackson and company looking for revenge, if you will, and it will be a fantastic night. Then, after a couple extra off days from playing on Thursday, the Chiefs will take on the Cincinnati Bengals, and we'll find out if Joe Burrow is healthy or not after he was banged up for much of the 2023 campaign. Then it's another primetime game as we will see Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth for the second time in 3 weeks as the Chiefs will take on the Atlanta Falcons, the new-look Falcons, with Kirk Cousins leading the way. That'll be a primetime matchup on Sunday Night Football at 7:20 Central Time. The Chiefs will wrap up the month of September on the road against the LA Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, the new head coach there in L.A., and we've seen SoFi Stadium over the years has been Arrowhead West, if you will. Should be a fun atmosphere there for that one. Then the Chiefs begin the month of October with a Monday Night Football matchup against the New Orleans Saints, a home game there, followed by a bye week and then a matchup against the San Francisco 49ers in a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. There's no better coach in the NFL after a bye week than Andy Reid. Expect the Chiefs to come out firing for this one. Then, a few days later, they will stay on the West Coast as the Chiefs will take on the Las Vegas Raiders, their first return trip to the site of where they won the Super Bowl just a few months ago. Then, it's a matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield and company on Monday Night Football to begin the month of November. A few days later, we will see the Denver Broncos come to town in a noon contest. Very rare that the Chiefs are playing too many noon games this year. Followed by a visit to Buffalo to take on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. We've seen some great games over the years between the Chiefs and the Bills. Then the Chiefs will take on the Carolina Panthers in Carolina around Thanksgiving. That's followed up by a matchup on Black Friday against the Las Vegas Raiders. That game will be seen on Prime Video on November 29th. The Chiefs will try to make it a December to remember as they start things off with a home game against the LA Chargers on Sunday Night Football. That'll be followed up by a road matchup against the Cleveland Browns on December 15th. And then the final stretch includes a Saturday game against the Houston Texans on NBC on December 21st. A few days later, the Chiefs will play on Christmas, traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that game will be exclusively seen on Netflix. And then the Chiefs will wrap up the regular season on the road against the Denver Broncos. That date and time still to be announced, depending on how the season and the matchups shake out for the final week of the regular season. I'll give you my final record prediction for the Chiefs in just a bit, but what I hear from you guys first, answer our pinned comment today. What will be the 2024 record for your Kansas City Chiefs? Weigh in the comment section. Let us know what you think. I think the Chiefs start off the season with a win against the Baltimore Ravens. Should be a very good game, but with the changes the Ravens made this offseason, not doing enough, I feel, to upgrade that wide receiver position after the loss to Odell Beckham and what the Chiefs have done, bringing in Xavier Worthy and company. I like the Chiefs roster more than I do the Baltimore Ravens roster right now. I do think Baltimore is the biggest threat to Kansas City in the AFC, but I expect the Chiefs to win on opening night when they raise that banner. Another tough matchup the week following when they host Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals here. And Joe Burrow, we'll see how healthy he is after being banged up for much of last season and kind of the last ride, if you will, for some of these Bengals players as they're kind of going all in this season with Trey Hendrickson and T. Higgins each looking for money that Cincinnati doesn't really have. That'll be a fun contest week 2, but I think that we'll see the Chiefs get the best of Joe Burrow and company in that week 2 game. Who do you like to win the week 2 matchup between the Chiefs and the Bengals? Type KC for Kansas City. Type CIN for Cincinnati. It's a sin if you're putting sin in the comments section. Get those KCs in there. Show some love for your Kansas City Chiefs as we hope they get that win in week number 2. For the best Chiefs coverage you won't find anywhere else, you got to subscribe to the Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports, as we're bringing you daily news and rumors. We'll have watch parties throughout the season for most of the games, and we'll also be bringing you breaking news. Anytime the Chiefs make a move, whether it's in free agency or trades, we got you covered. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/chatsports/Chiefs TV, youtube.com/Chiefs TV to stay up to date with your favorite team. We got you covered. All right, let's continue. The Atlanta Falcons in primetime Sunday Night Football. I think the Chiefs get a win there. Good start to the season. You're feeling good at 3-0. They take on the LA Chargers. I think that's another win for Kansas City as well in a divisional matchup. Obviously, the divisional games mean more than the others. I think the Chiefs are going to take care of business there against LA. Then you take on the New Orleans Saints. I think it's another win, and you're feeling great. 5-0 heading into the bye week. I think this team looks like they're in midseason form at this point. You take on the San Francisco 49ers. We mentioned how good Andy Reid is coming off bye weeks. I don't think that he's going to let the San Francisco 49ers stand in this team's way. I know it's a road matchup. I know the Niners are going to be looking for revenge. But even with that said, Kansas City, I think, is going to be laser focused. This game is going to feel like a playoff game. I expect Kansas City to go into San Francisco and get the win. Then you take on the Raiders on the road, going to another Arrowhead West site. It's another win for the Chiefs as they get the month of November, their 7th win, and start off the year 7-0. And the winning continues. Another one for the Kansas City Chiefs. Are they ever going to lose? I have them beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield and company, on November 4th. Then you take on the Denver Broncos. I think the Broncos are one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. I don't buy Bo Nix at all. Sean Payton, I feel like, is one of the more overrated coaches in the league. You should win that one home against Denver. And then finally, the first loss of the year. I think the Chiefs lose to the Bills. And before some of you come at my throat and say, what are you talking about? A loss to the Bills? We've owned the Bills over the years. I would say this. You got to lose at some point. And there's too many good teams that the Chiefs face that they're not going to stumble at some point. I think eventually after that great start, it finally catches up to them. I expect the Chiefs to play well. Should be a very competitive game. But going on the road after playing so well, I think eventually it catches up to this team. The Bills win that Week 11 matchup there, and we see the first loss of the season. If it takes you 11 weeks before your first loss, you can live with a loss to the Bills as far as I'm concerned. Give me your bold prediction for the Kansas City Chiefs this season. Is it another MVP for Patrick Mahomes? Do the Chiefs go undefeated, 17-0? What is it? Be bold in that comment section. Tell me what your bold prediction is for 2024. After the loss to the Bills, I have the Chiefs getting back on track with a win against Carolina. Carolina, just an awful football team. I'm not buying into Bryce Young just yet. Then you take on the Las Vegas Raiders on a Friday, and we saw what happened last year when these two teams played on a holiday on Christmas. The Raiders got the best of the Chiefs, but ultimately it didn't matter. The Chiefs turned it on when it mattered. I think that the Chiefs take care of business this go-round against a lowly Raiders team. I am wondering who starts at quarterback at this point. Is it Minshew? Is it AOC? We shall see. A season sweep of the Chargers. I think the Chiefs get it done in their December 8th matchup there. I like what the Chargers did to bring back Bosa and Khalil Mack, take care of their contracts, but I got a lot of question marks about their receiving core. I have a loss against the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have a very good defense, right? And they have just enough weapons on offense to worry me a bit. I see a slip up here where the Chiefs lose to the Cleveland Browns. Then on the Saturday contest against the Houston Texans. The Texans are really, really good, folks. And C.J. Stroud coming off that fantastic rookie season. I am worried about the Houston Texans potentially as a threat in the AFC, but I still like Kansas City more. I think that Houston takes a big step this year. Wouldn't shock me at all if we see them in the AFC title game. Love what they did, bringing in Diggs, bringing in Hunter, but I still like Kansas City to win at home there. Then you take on the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road. This one on Christmas, it's going to be a short week on that Wednesday and everything. I still like the Chiefs to win that one. And then Week 18, I have a loss, but let me explain why here, folks. The Chiefs would be in a situation where I think they've already clinched home field advantage with that win against the Pittsburgh Steelers on December 25th. So at that point, Week 18, you're playing the JV guys. You're playing your backups against that Denver team where it's not going to matter. You already know you have the 1 seed and home field advantage locked up. It's not the end of the world if you lose that game to Denver. So with that said, I have the Chiefs finishing with a 14-3 record, getting home field advantage in the AFC. I would gladly take a 14-3 record if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. You can lock up home field and have that bye week to open up the playoffs as well. I think you'd be in great shape. What do you guys think will be the Chiefs' record in 2024? Do you agree with me? Do they go 14? Do they go more than that? Do they go less than that? Wait in the comments section. Let us know how you think the Kansas City Chiefs stack up in 2024. If you enjoyed today's show, you want to see the Chiefs repeat, like today's video. We certainly would appreciate it. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on the Chiefs Report.